Good morning. This is Father Stephen Kelly from St. John's Church in Detroit. We're continuing our series of daily morning meditations where we generally look at one or another of the lessons that are assigned for morning or evening prayer, what is known as the daily office lectionary. Today for Tuesday, let's take a look at the lessons assigned for morning prayer. We're beginning a new book in the Old Testament, the second book of Samuel. We've just finished the first book of Samuel, which ended with the death of Saul, King Saul. And so we pick up at that point with the beginning of the second book of Samuel. Now it came to pass after the death of Saul, when David was returned from the slaughter of the Amalekites, and David had abode 2 days in Ziklag. And it came even to pass on the third day, that behold, a man came out of the camp from Saul, with his clothes rent, and with earth upon his head. And so it was, when he came to David, that he fell to the earth, and did obeisance. And David said unto him, From whence comest thou? And he said unto him, Out of the camp of Israel am I escaped. And David said unto him, How went the matter? I pray thee, tell me. And he answered, That the people are fled from the battle, and many of the people also are fallen and dead, and Saul and Jonathan his son are dead also. And David said unto the young man that told him, How knowest thou that Saul and Jonathan his son be dead? And the young man that told him said, As I happened by chance upon Mount Gilboa, behold, Saul leaned upon his spear, and lo, the chariots and horsemen followed hard after him. And when he looked behind him, he saw me, and called unto me. And I answered, Here I am. And he said unto me, How art thou? And I answered him, Who art thou? And I answered him, I am an Amalekite. And he said unto me again, Stand, I pray thee, upon me, and slay me, for my anguish is come upon me, because my life is yet whole in me. So I stood upon him, and slew him, because I was sure that he could not live after that he was fallen. And I took the crown that was upon his head, and the bracelet that was on his arm, and it brought them hither unto my Lord. Then David took hold on his clothes, and rent them, and likewise all the men that were with him. And they mourned and wept and fasted until even for Saul and for Jonathan his son, and for the people of the Lord and for the house of Israel, because they were fallen by the sword. And David said unto the young man that told him, Whence art thou? And he answered, I am the son of a stranger, an Amalekite. And David said unto him, How wast thou not afraid to stretch forth thine hand to destroy the Lord's anointed? And David called one of the young men, and said, Go near, and fall upon him. And he smote him that he died. And David said unto him, Thy blood be upon thy head, for thy mouth hath testified against thee, saying, I have slain the Lord's anointed. And so we hear about the end of Saul and Jonathan. Of course, Jonathan and David were such good friends. They were so close. But Jonathan would have been the rightful heir, right, as the son of the king. And so God has now cleared the way for this to happen, for David to take that. He's already been anointed, and he is now fully the king of Israel. It's not going to be an easy transition, but that's what the second book of Samuel is for. So today's Tuesday, 12:15 Holy Communion. 4 o'clock evening prayer. I hope you can join us in person, worship with us, receive the Blessed Sacrament, and if not, you can watch us on the live stream or on the replay. But let's remember to pray for each other, and may God grant us a Tuesday that's full of blessings.